Oh, welcome back to Old Ridge Farm. This is the rambling old Norfolk boy again, and this is episode 21. We've got a little bit to go through today. The first thing I need to do is to feed the cattle. They have ran out of food, which is not good. Paul's off today, and so I've got Kylie is cutting the meadows. We need the grass, and all three meadows can be cut, so I've got her doing that. Since last time I have ploughed the fields on 11, both 11 north and 11 south. Done those so we can carry on with that, and I will be replanting more alfalfa just for the green fertiliser fields. All the fields, or almost all the fields, need some water on them, but that's about all. I think the meadows all need, or most of the meadows need a little bit of slurry on them, but one thing at a time. First thing is to get the cattle fed. Right, what's been going on around here since I was last with you? Well, I got a message a couple of weeks ago, just before the wife's birthday, and by the way, she's out in the car somewhere, so we might see her around. And further to that, she was absolutely delighted with the car. There's a little story to why I got the Volkswagen Beetle. Oh, and you can hear the church bells ringing on the wrong day, but there's some form of Saints' Day or something that they're just doing a peal for. They haven't got a full peal, they're just a one bell. Oh yes, look at that, it's absolutely empty. Oh dear. Yes, I was saying, I got a call to me from the prison. Can I go and see Charles urgent? And I thought, hello, what's the old boy been up to? So I had a few other things to do in the city. He's actually in the local jail in Norwich, which makes things rather easy. It's not a long journey to go and see him. That's one load in, I'll put a second load in, and I better feed up everything else. Let's have a look. Yeah, that's better. I'll feed everything else then, put another load in there. Yes, I went to see him, and he was talking. I knew that Lady Norfolkia, who is actually a prison visitor, amongst her other things, had been to see him almost weekly, because she keeps coming back with messages from him. Mainly make certain my job's still there when I get out. But I had a bit of a yarn with him, and he said, look, just hold on. He caught the warder's eye, who was in the corner, and apparently can't move in that corner unless there's trouble, because it's the best place to keep an eye on everybody with visitors. Make sure there's no contraband being passed. The warder beckoned him over. He went over there, picked up his bag, his carrier bag off the table. Warder had a quick look in there, just double checked there was nothing in there it shouldn't be. And Charles come back and said, look, I know it's your wife's birthday coming up next week. I've been in the workshop and I made this for her. So I asked him if that's okay if I had a quick peek. And he said, yes boy, go ahead. And he'd made them an exquisite jewellery box in wood. He was a bit down, he couldn't get any velvet to line it with, but he'd lined it with cloth, and it looked very good indeed. Right, from Charles, I had arranged to have lunch with my solicitor, mainly because I wanted to advise on a couple of things, and I reckon it'd be cheaper to get advice if I was buying a lunch. You might just forget the bill, as my illegal bills have been rather high just recently. For various reasons. Oh, I was going to... Oh, never mind. I just remembered I was going to actually fill up the other stuff. But I'll put another one in here, then take over what we got left in around the yards. Anyway, because I've been having correspondence with the Ramblers Association. Those who don't know, the Ramblers Association is really the governing body of ramblers, people who walk for fun in the countryside mainly, and they look after all the rights of way, and there's a few on the farm, and one or two I didn't know about, and they want to have words, or I just want to check what they were, so I got the solicitor on to check through the records, and she found a few I didn't know of, which it looks like I'm going to have to reinstate. Luckily it's not too much work, and there's none anywhere where it's going to be nasty, and we're just going to see Kylie, and I'll get her on to the next field. She'll do all the cutting first, then I'll get her around to rake. This stuff to go straight up to the sheep. Oh yes, as I was saying before, I forgot where I was. Oh, I know why, because I'm so used to using ET just like the Euro truck. I pressed the button to straighten my view up and forgot, because it doesn't work on this. One day I'll learn what I'm doing. Anyway, I went to see her about that, and she said, yeah, there's one or two there which you are going to have to reinstate. There's nothing much we can do about it. Well, not fair enough. As I said, none of them are really in a bad place, but the worst one could be 11, but I think if I make a break in the fence, they may well be happy enough with that, so they walk through between North and South Field, because they're normally quite good, that if you're the landowner, go out your way to try and make an alternative, they are quite happy to accept that. Let's get this in place before we go on. So I've got a meeting with the Ramblers Association in a couple of weeks' time. They're coming for a walk around the farm, and I'll explain what I'm going to do. This is 14. And it should be, I think this is 8.4. Wrong one. 8.4, that's the one. First waypoint, and get her going again, and I'll flip back to this. Alright, this time remember to fill up the rest of the animals. And I was sort of chatting to her as I do, and she's asked how Charles was getting on. She had been to see him once. Well, I think she actually quite likes him. Well, maybe something there. Probably not. I can't see Charles ever getting married. Oh yes, I was one or two other things I had to discuss, but nothing to the point. But one thing did come up, and that is something I'll go on to a little bit later. And I was actually saying about the car I bought the wife. One or two people thought I'd been a bit of a cheapskate, but there's a little story behind it. When I first started courting, there's an old-fashioned word for you. When I first started courting my wife, her father, who she loved very much. Had a beetle about that age. And when I saw one being advertised, I thought that would be the perfect present. I needed to get her a car. Yes, BP, I could have got her a BM, but I think this does better than getting anything really posh. Missed it completely. I'll see if I can get round again. So that's the reason for the Volkswagen. Actually, I bought it as it wasn't too bad a condition, but it wasn't perfect. And I knew of a specialist restorer of Beetles, and I put it in his capable hands. I think I'm going to miss it again. No, not quite. That's it. See how much we've got left in here. Yes, we'll probably have about. This will be about the last full load we go to there at the moment. So I must remember to go and do the rest of. And you notice that the JCB is nice and clean. I actually washed it. It's the only one I really bother to wash a lot. Now I'll start with the pigs and I'll come back to these because that's a bit hard to get round into the build. Yes, and so she's now out somewhere, having a drive around, seeing her friends, and actually she can now go and see her mother whenever she wants. It's not dependent on when we're quiet on the farm anymore. So I want to put some straw in there too. I don't think I'm going to be finished on doing the animals for a while, and I need to think about moving the muck. Oh yeah, so one other thing came when I was with Charles. He was saying the only thing he really didn't like about it was the fact that he's in a cell for one, but because of the number of prisoners we managed to get, there's 3 in a cell, which he wasn't too keen on, and I can understand that. But he's surviving at the moment. Didn't mean to go in there. Back up. Meant to go this way. I'm a mere male. I can't do 2 things at once. I'll get rid of that F1 menu. It's beginning to annoy me now. Looks like Kylie's still going well. Yes, I had the other day, just after I'd been to see Charles actually, Paul came to see me, and he beat about a bush a bit, which is not like him, and he said to me, you really must pay Kylie full rate, because at the moment she's on apprentice rate, which is not a lot to be honest. And I'd actually been thinking the same thing, and wondering how to put it to Paul. That would be a good idea. He is the farm foreman, and I didn't, and also the union rep for the area. I didn't really want to get wrong with the unions, so. Boy, paying her full rate too early, but he said, look, she's done everything we want. She is brilliant at work. She's quick to learn, and he also said, I think you should also put her on the farm course at the local agricultural college. So that I already decided on. Paul had been through it, but they do 2 methods. Paul went on the one which was 6-week residential, or 2 6-week residentials over 2 years, with a big exam at the end of it, which he passed with flying colours. I'm going to put Kylie on the 1 day a week for a year day release course. It's not quite as deep as a full course, but it carries a diploma at the end of it. And if for any reason she decides she wants to leave us here, so I sincerely hope she don't, she could then get a job in almost any farm in the country. Now for the real bit of gossip. I alluded to it last time that there was something going on. Well, it's been getting more and more obvious. Mrs. Crawford, or Councillor Mrs. Crawford-Brown, has been going around with a face like thunder for the last month or so. And actually, her husband's had a little bit of spring in his step. Well, I found out why, and it was, to get the full story, it's actually Lady Norfolk who told me. She's a funny old girl, but I'll come back to her in a minute. Apparently, Crawford-Brown's been having an affair with someone in his office for the last year, and Councillor Mrs. Crawford-Brown finally found out about it. His life will be murder now. I wouldn't want to be him for all the tea in China. That's better, that old fool now. Oh, what happened? Oh, it's still grass in there, so it ain't too bad. Let's just go and dump the rest of this in the dairy kettle. Yes, he's been having his affair. So I must wonder he's been a little bit happier at times. But now the brown smelly stuff has hit the fan. So Sprake could well have some marital work to do. She's threatened him with divorce, and she's threatened to take every penny he has. Oh. Which is he sees that he committed the affair. I think there's a good chance that will happen, but whether they can patch things up. She might decide that it'd be better sticking with him and get more money in the long term than a quick buck. I know. So it's all been all go here for once. It's normally quite quiet round. Well, it's been quite quiet the last few times you've been here, but let's see how Kylie's getting on. Just stop here and hope the wife isn't going to come along. I'll be glad when I finish that bell practice. Oh, she's just about done. Yeah. Right, let's go on. Alright, I think I shall leave the watering to Kylie. That tractor's better for that than this one. When she's done the grass, which will be sometime this afternoon, I would have thought, she's going to have to rake it all. Oh, you know what I might just do is just pop in here and just top this right up and put another full load into the milk cows. Oh, look, I'll try and turn in here. I don't have to, I could have went round a long way, but I'm feeling lazy. That's it. Now we go round and see if we can get it underneath there this time. I'm gone by the shadow, but I don't think the shadow's quite right for us this early in the morning. No, it isn't. And it looks like she's finished. Kylie is finished. Oh yeah, and Kylie's taken over doing most of the work on the animals, the daily checking on them. And she did warn me that they were short of food, but I sometimes the wife will tell you I sometimes just don't hear anything. Alright, we've got one more meadow to do. I think we're might as well go down this way. Could have gone for a bioheating plant, but and come out on our pigs, but oh god, take the road journey with her. There we are. I'll get the cattle fed. I better just check on what the water and all that is like. If that's short like that, there could be other things. I should never be giving animals, but I've got to get that muck cut across. Because we're getting close to harvest, and at that time I can no longer use my little kiosk to sell the fruit. Right, oh, there we are, this is what I do. Right, I think, yeah. Sure do. And that looks like we've now emptied that right out, so this will be all we have until we get some more stuff in there. I think that's everything I had to bring you up to date on. Just go and see if we can sneak a look at the wife driving it before we go. Oh, I think actually she's behind us. Ooh. Everything seems to be growing well. And I've made the big decision of I will be going fully organic, except for the home field and field 1, which I will have to alternate each year for sugar beet. And I will need to spray those, because I don't really want to have my beet get destroyed. They're worth too much cash. And there's too much infested in them. So this year, as you know, we're beating the home field. Next year they will go in field 1. And before we first remember, let's just see if we can see where. No, she's off. She's off my map. Good point. Have we got any? Right, look, there's some snow coming up this time of year, but no rain. And it's going to be hot today, so I'm certainly going to have to get some water on today or tomorrow. Might try to leave it until tomorrow. I'll just have a Hello, there she goes. I knew she was around here somewhere. Sheep, oh, yeah, down to 25% grass in the sheep. We only got 34% mixed rations, so I've got to get the mixed rations up. I might have to just put some silage in to keep going. Straw and water are also very short. That's the point, how much has sheep got water? Oh, that water's okay there. The last one is, yeah, when I need to put water and straw, and straw's gone in the lamb, so that's got. We've got to do that. Right, I'm gonna take this back. There we go. Oh, at least we're safe around there for a while. She seems to just be driving around. I hate to think how much that's going to cost me on juice. Luckily, it is the beetle is quite economical to run. Just drop this off. Oh no, I won't drop this off yet. I want to just fill up with some straw. And just go around and straw everything. And then water everything. Keep forgetting the signal. I don't think I've got my... I keep forgetting to put my beacons on too. There we are. Alright, now we'll go and see if we can back in there. One problem with this one, unlike me Marshall's, I can't see in the cab where it's pointed. Nah, terrible, terrible. Oh. Is it there? Yes, that's there now. Start filling. I want straw in there. Ah, we certainly need some straw as well now. Well, the lambs need it, so what little we got here is going to have to go in the lambs. I think we're in a little bit of problems with the stuff. I haven't been keeping up with it properly. We'll probably need some straw in the mixed ration maker. Oh yes, for those of you wondering why we never make bales here. Well, I just hit the wife. She came tearing around that corner. So hope she's alright. Can't see her anywhere. I just put a scratch on her car. Oh dear. Take this up there. Oh yes, so I was telling you why we never make bales here. This will be the last thing I'll ramble on about today. It goes back to my father's time. As one of the older style balers, remember the one with the little bales? Well, when they hadn't really been perfected, I just took the wrong route anyway. Never mind. We go the long way around. And when they've been perfected, or hadn't been fully perfected, the father had one. The bales were the way to go. No two ways about it. And he bought one and had his farm. One of his farmhands at the time, Dan, was doing some baling, and it blocked, as they did very frequently in those days. Dan done everything right. He switched the tractor off, which is not something you'd like to do with those old tractors. They were a very devil to start again. He turned all the controls on the baler to safe, and he was about to start to clear it. Well, father came past. He saw it. He'd stopped in the field, so he went to see what it was. Father got about halfway across the field and shouted to him, asked him what was up. Dan said, "Oh, I saw a car, I just got a block. I was just about to start clearing it." Okay, so Dad, he turned around, started to walk back, when there was a hell of a cry. A shout of real agony. One of the arms in the baler had been held back by the blockage, and when Dan went to clear it, it caught his arm, and actually didn't take his arm off, but smashed it so badly. Father then sort of rushed back to Dan, saw what had happened, had a look to see if there's any way he could get his arm out. None of what he could see, so he started to run back to the tractor. Remember, this is days way before the mobile phone. He run back to the tractor, which wouldn't be a quick job anyway. No more tractors like this where they do 40 plus mile an hour. Those days you're lucky to get 15 mile an hour out on the road, 15, 20. Anyway, he got back to his tractor, just about to get in, when he saw the doctor come by. And again, in those days we had doctors in a lot of the villages. None of these big practices, just in the towns then. And he waved at the doctor, and he heard what had happened, and so he said to Dad, "Get in the car quick," and he took the car over the stubble field. I want to take this back to the thing. He took Dad across to have a look, and so the only way he's going to get Dan out was to cut his arm off. So with the equipment he had with him, he started soaring away. Sounds good, doesn't it? He managed to get his arm off, got Dan into his car, put a tourniquet on his arm, because if he hadn't done it, Dan would have died through loss of blood. Put a tourniquet on his arm and got him to hospital. Where they removed the arm completely at the shoulder. There was nothing much left of the bone structure at all. Dad felt very bad about this, and he then swore that he'd never have a baler on his farm again. If we want bales now, we have to buy them. Not that we use bales at all anymore. He then spent a lot of money convert everything to loose straw and loose feed. The feeding the feeding bins we got back there, the storage bins, they were all put in by Dad. The first feeding station, mix station, was bought at that time. This is about the third or fourth one we had, the one we got now. He also, and something I always followed, he also decided that as it wasn't Dan's fault, he'd done everything right, and had the engineer from the company come in and they had a look at it and said, no, nothing you could have done. It was one of those things. So he paid Dan some money and changed the workforce around, so Dan took over looking after the animals. And where he had an old tractor converted so it could be easily driven on one hand, he put little motors on most of the chains to the overhead bins so that Dan could easily open and close them. And it's cost a small fortune for the company, but I saw Dan only died about 3 years ago, and we decided, or Dad decided he's going to look after him. It wasn't Dan's fault. I'll just go and get some water and put in everything. I think, yes, it wasn't Dan's fault. So he'd done everything he could to look after him. Right, with that, I think we've done enough today. We've been miles along. I'll go and water the animals and I'll start moving the muck. We may come back to the same day later for the next episode to finish off the grass work. Actually, we could cut this in here. I think I'll do that myself. Full. Let's get that round. Right, with that, I shall wish you a cheerio for now, and thank you very much for watching and subscribing, commenting, liking, and anything else. And I will see you again next week.